Hello everyone, welcome back. I am Miss SINI and I'm an intern in LEXIS and Company. The topic which we are going to cover today is 4 tips from property dispute to avoid family conflicts. Family conflicts over property are endemic. However, one can avoid them by taking preventive measures. The 4 tips mentioned in this video are ready reckoning for everyone who will go through property wrangles with family matters. As much as a property is deemed to be a valuable asset that everyone is seen aspiring and waving for it, it's often the root cause for conflicting circumstances that arise among family members. People have seen battling with their own kids or brothers and sisters over even petty, not mentioned so far crucial cases that arise as a result of faculty or flawed inheritance or falling of marriage apart. It's a global phenomena that finds professionals like property dispute lawyers or property lawyers in India and elsewhere swapped in its respective domain. As they say, prevention is better than cure. In this case too, real estate disputes can be nipped in the bud or even avoided without having an engage in a real estate dispute. It all takes to a bit of planning and foresight. The below mentioned tips are essential suggestions or a piece of advice from property lawyers. So now let us see. The first is carefully select the executor of the will. The vast majority of litigation arise between kin or relation owing to inheritance. Experts are the opinion that is the most case it's not as much that the will is the root cause of the problem. Rather, it's more about the way of execution of the will that may have to lead to the conflict in the first place. The vast majority of property owners commit to flaw or mistake of handpicking or designating an executor solely based on the fact that the person may be prospective inheritor without any prior assessment or whether not to choose a person fulfills the eligibility criteria of executor of the will. While designating a designated executor, ideally a neutral person who does not have an axe to grind from a will or such a stake their claim, especially a person who will be unbiased or neutral. An honest, diligent and hardworking person with the integrity who could execute his or her assigned duties and responsibilities efficiently are be able to instill confidence among other inheritors. Second tip is carefully select a co-owner. Purchasing piece or property jointly with relatives is quite common, and the reason of such an investment are usually because tax rebates. Property lawyers in India and elsewhere are the opinion of inheritance is the root cause of disignation among family members. People ought to proceed with extreme cause while making the decision of buying and owning property jointly. Contentions may arise beyond the asset's ownership right, but over the associated liabilities as well as including property tax and utility bill. Anyone desirous of co-owning property with member of the family ought to be cautious and careful selecting the partner and clarify all the matter pretending to shouldering responsibility at the outside. Third is a no contest clause to be included in the will. As already mentioned, an inheritance that isn't well chalked out is in fact the root cause of majority of cases of one's closely knit family integrating siblings in particular. A well documented will with a detailed explanation of the asset distribution amongst their sibling or next of the kin among the inclusion of a non-contest clause as suggested by some property dispute lawyers. The real reason or purpose of the inclusion of a non-contest clause is to ensure that the inheritors are discouraged to the point that they would not dispute the will's contest as doing as to put them at the risk of losing what the owner had allotted them. Although this isn't absolutely a flawless measure, it undoubtedly is indeterminate for those inheritors contesting the will. Property lawyers ought to advise the clients regularly regarding the relevant laws of their jurisdiction of the residence. Fourth tip is avoiding disputes related to divorce through a prenup agreement. Siblings cannot do necessary quarrel about property related assets. Couples who are divorced or estranged are involved as a large number in property wrangles. Both parties jointly owning an asset could be the root cause of a legal wrangle over who keeps what is when it is split will for both the parties. As a preventive measure, a prenup agreement prior to the marriage being solemnized is a step the right decision towards avoiding problems regarding asset distribution. There could be an agreement among parties as well as the distribution of valuable asset owned singly or jointly by them should be taken when they get divorced. So I hope that this video helped you to understand the tips in detail, and you will use these tips if there is a situation in your family. So we'll meet you in the next video. Till then, take care, stay safe. Thank you.